Alright, testing audio, testing movement. Okay, looks like we're all good. Hello everyone, this is Gundam Ace, aka John Hooper. I'm here with my streaming of Rebellion Secret Game Second Stage. Last time we left off, quite a few events happened. Shuhei discovered the secret observation room, surveillance room, under the central control facility, and tried to use it to find out who the players he needed to kill for Haruna and Kotomi's conditions were, so he could kill them for him, and then then kill himself at the end, so the two of them could survive. However, he failed to kill Kurokawa, and when he came across Hatsune, Haruna and Kotomi interrupted him when they found out what happened, and so Hatsune kind of went berserk and killed Shuhei. But Mitsuru, despite finding out that she's been using him, still decided to stick with her. Meanwhile, Kurokawa was still still around with Rei, getting trained by her, so to speak. Majima and Yui found a submachine gun. Also, Yuna was accidentally killed by Mariko when she brought medicine to treat Mariko's tetanus, fulfilling Mariko's condition, but then Mariko was killed right after by Tsukasa and Hitomi, so we're down three other third players now, so we're leaving off right after the deaths of Yuna and Mariko. Alright, here we go. Akinori Majima observed his fists in the faint light. The hardened calluses from punching training bags hundreds if not thousands of times in a single day still linger as testaments to those days. Against an amateur with nothing to back them up, they served as sufficient weapons. But that concept held no water when dealing with an armed opponent. So why am I... Majima glanced to his side at Yui, the scorpion still dangling from her neck.
どうしたんですか、マジマさん。さっきからじーっと拳を見つめてたりして、なんか気持ち悪いですよ。
Something wrong, Majima? I've been staring at your fist for a real long time now. Are you not feeling well?
別に気持ち悪くはないだろう。
No, that's not it.
いやでも、もう1時間くらいやってますけど。
Yeah, but you've been doing it for an hour now, you know?
うるさい。俺の勝手だろう。
Enough. It's my right.
ああ、いや、それはそうなんですけど、なんていうか、横でずっとしかめっ面されると、なんか気になるじゃないですか。
Oh, I mean, you're not wrong. It's just, how do I put it? It's just been bugging me since you've been frowning this whole time.
悪かったな。
Excuse me.
別に悪いとかは思わないですけど。
Well, it's not like there's anything wrong with it.
よかったら私が相談に乗りますよってことなんです。こう見えても私そういうの得意なんですから。
What I'm trying to say is that I'm all ears if you want to talk about it. I know I don't look like much, but I'm actually a good listener.
そんな風には見えないがな。
I have a hard time believing that.
ああ、人を見かけで判断しないでくださいよ。
Hey, don't judge a book by its cover.
私自分のことは全然だけど、他人のことはよくわかっちゃうんですから。
I know I've got a lot of room for improving myself, but I'm good at understanding others.
例えば、真島さんが今考えていたのって、自分がサブマシンガンを持ちたがらない理由がよくわからないってことですよね。
Like, you were just thinking about how you don't understand why you don't want to carry the submachine gun, right?
ほら、当たりましたよね。
See? Hit the nail right on the head, didn't I?
それで私ちょっと思ったんですけど。
And you know, I've been thinking.
なんだ
About what?
あ、ところで真島さんってどうしてボクシングをやめちゃったんですか？
Oh, by the way, why did you quit boxing?
荻原、なぜ途中で話を変える？
Why did you change the subject?
別にいいじゃないですか。それにこれすっごく重要なことだと思うんですよ。
Come on, it's no big deal. Besides, I think this is super important.
というか、できれば真島さんがボクシングを始めた理由も聞きたいんですけど。
If you don't mind, can you tell me why you started boxing in the first place?
話さなければダメか？
Do I have to?
はい、絶対ダメだと思います。
Yep, I won't take no for an answer.
わかったよ。
Fine.
じゃあボクシングを始めた理由からお願いします。
Okay then, let's start with why you took up boxing.
ああ。と言っても大した話じゃない。俺がボクシングを始めたのは単純に強くなりたかったからだ。
Alright. There wasn't much to it though. I took it up because I wanted to be stronger, that's all.
俺には一つ年上の姉がいたんだが、小さな頃から俺たちはいつも同年代の人間からバカにされて生きてきたんだ。
I had a sister a year older than me, but the two of us were always made fun of by other kids ever since we were little.
それっていじめられたってことですか？
You mean you were bullied?
まあそうだ。
Basically.
中学に上がった頃、それが本格的にひどくなって、ボクシングジムに通うようになった理由はそんなところだ。
And when I got to middle school, it got rather nasty. It was around then I started going to the boxing gym.
どうやら俺には才能があったらしくてな。その日から俺は強くなる実感とともにめきめきと実力をつけていったんだ。
Apparently, I had a knack for it. From that day onward, I grew stronger, both in mind and body.
いじめはどうなったんですか？
Then, what happened with the bullies?
ああ、気づけば誰も俺たちには手出ししなくなっていたよ。
Before I knew it, they stopped messing with us.
それまでずっと反対していた姉がボクシングをする俺を応援してくれるようになったのも確かその頃だったと思う。
My sister hadn't approved of my boxing up until then. It was around that time she started cheering me on.
それから俺はますますボクシングにのめり込んでいったんだ。
After that, boxing became a bigger part of my life with each passing day.
へえ。
Wow.
それじゃあ真島さんってもしかしてプロボクサーだったんですか？
Does that mean you were a pro boxer?
いや、プロテストはまだ受けていない。
No, I haven't taken the pro test yet.
だがスパーリングではライセンスを持っている先輩にも負けないくらいにはなっていた。
Well, I got so good at sparring, they even started being my licensed mentors in matches.
じゃあプロ並みってことですよね。
So you're on the pro level then?
そうなるな。
You could say that.
でもそれならどうしてボクシングをやめちゃったんですか？お姉さんだって応援してくれていたんですよね。
Then why'd you quit? It sounds like you were doing pretty good. Even your sister was cheering you on.
ああ、去年まではな。
Yes, up until a year ago.
え？
Huh?
俺の姉は去年交通事故に遭って死んだんだ。
My sister died in a car accident last year.
それから俺は全てがどうでもよくなって、だからその日からボクシングジムには通っていない。
After that, none of it mattered anymore. So I haven't gone to the boxing gym since that day. Afterwards, Majima stopped associating with others and lived day after day like a shell. Half a year after he lost his sister, Majima moved away from his father and now lived alone.
そうか。そういえばあの頃だったな。
I see. Now I remember. So that's when it happened.
何がですか？
Huh? What are you talking about?
一人暮らしを始めてすぐの頃、繁華街で俺に妙なものを売りつけようとした男に絡まれ、そいつを殴ったことがあったんだ。
Shortly after I started living alone, I got into a fight with a guy who tried to sell me shady goods at the business district, and I beat him up.
れってもしかして。
Wait, do you mean?
ああ、黒川だ。
Yeah, it was Kurokawa.
そう、確かにあそこは神明通りの脇道だったな。
It's coming back to me now. If I remember right, it happened in an alley on Shinmei Street. Majima looked at his fists again. He clobbered Kurokawa with them over and over again until Kurokawa couldn't move anymore. When it was all over, it started to rain. The event had left such a bad taste in Majima's mouth that he tried to pretend it never happened, until now.
それで真島さんはその後どうしたんですか？
So, what happened to you after that?
その後、別にどうもしないな。
After that? Nothing really.
じゃあ黒川さんをボコボコにしてそのまま帰っちゃったんですか？
What? You mean you beat Kurokawa to a pulp and just left him there?
そうだが、それがどうかしたのか。
Well, yes, but is there something wrong with that?
どうしたのかって真島さん、それってなんか無責任じゃないですか？
Of course there is. How could you be so irresponsible?
無責任？なぜだ？
How was that irresponsible?
だって他人にボコボコにされてそのままにされるなんてなんか惨めじゃないですか。
Well, don't you think it's kind of sad to get beat up by somebody only to be left there to rot?
それは負けたのだから当然だろう。
He lost, so that's the way it was.
ボクシングの試合でも同じだ。勝者が敗者にかける言葉などありはしない。
It's the same in boxing. The winner doesn't say anything to the loser.
でもその時の喧嘩はあくまで喧嘩でボクシングの試合ってわけじゃないんですよね。
But that's a boxing match. A real fight is a whole different story, isn't it?
それはそうだが。
I suppose that's true, but
じゃあやっぱり私真島さんのしたことって無責任だと思います。
I really do think that you were being irresponsible.
真島さんがボクシングを身につけたのって別にそういうことのためじゃなかったはずですよね。
You didn't take up boxing to get into street fights, right? Those words stirred up old memories. That's not what true strength is. Wasn't that what his sister used to tell him?
わかりました真島さん。
I got it now, Majima.
何がだ？
Get what?
私真島さんって黒川さんともう一回向き合ってみるべきなんだと思います。
I think you and Kurokawa should face each other again.
荻原、お前は何を言っているんだ？
Have you finally lost it?
だいたい論点がずれているだろう。そのことと俺が銃を持ちたがらない理由と何のつながりがあるというんだ？
And aren't you missing the point? What does that have anything to do with why I don't want to hold a gun?
つながりならありますよ。多分ですけど。
It has plenty to do with it. Probably anyway.
多分だと？
Probably.
だって真島さんと黒川さんってなんかちょっと似たところがあるじゃないですか。
Hear me out. You and Kurokawa have some things in common, right?
俺と黒川が似ている？
We do?
はい。二人とも何かにこだわっちゃってるところなんか結構そっくりだと思いますけど。
Yeah. I think you two are a lot alike in how you both obsess over something.
真島さんはボクシングで黒川さんは真島さんで
With you, it's boxing, and with Kurokawa, it's you.
それに黒川さんだって真島さんを倒すために特訓してたじゃないですか。
And Kurokawa went through intensive training so he could beat you, right?
しかしあれは
But that was
誰が何と言おうとあれは特訓です。
intensive training, no matter what you say.
ということはですよ、黒川さんも真島さんが昔そう思っていたように強くなりたいって思ってるってことじゃないですか？
Which means Kurokawa wants to get strong just like you used to, doesn't it?
それはそうかもしれんだ。
You might have a point, but...
ほら似てる。
See now?
絶対似てますよ。
You two have a lot in common.
なんかもう兄弟みたいじゃないですか。
You're kind of like brothers.
だ だから私、真島さんはもう一度黒川さんと向き合えばきっと何か得るものがあると思うんです。
So I think you'll gain something if you face him again.
ほら、あるじゃないですか。男の人ってそういうの。
It's a guy thing, right? Boys are like that. In all honesty, Majima only understood about half of what Yui was telling him. However,
黒川と向き合うか。
face off of Kurokawa, huh? Though he didn't truly understand, Majima began to seriously consider that as the moonlight shined on his fist through the entrance to the cave. The heat from the campfire warmed his chilled skin. Masaki Kurokawa basked brusquely in that warmth as he shoved the most unappetizing canned beans he'd ever had the displeasure to eat down his mouth. He gulped down more water if each bite he took of the disgusting concoction. Even newspaper would taste better. The awful flavor stood out even worse considering how hungry he was. Kurokawa finally gave up and began to eat the beans whole as he turned his attention to the black-haired brat sitting by the fire. The brat was wolfing down the corned beef and fish sausage Kurokawa had found. And she still had his gun by his feet.
黒川、物欲しそうに見ていても無駄ですよ。
Kurokawa, you can stare as long as you want, but it won't do you any good.
気づいてるって。
You noticed?
当たり前です。
Of course.
このコンビーフと魚肉ソーセージは絶対に譲りません。
I'm never letting you have any of this corned beef or fish sausage. Corned beef and fish sausage.
そっちじゃねえよ、バカ。
Not that, dumbass.
では、私の体が目当てだというのですか？
And it's my body you're after?
はあ？おいおい、誰がてめえみてえなしょんべんくせえガキに浴場するっつうんだよ。
The hell? Who the fuck get a hard on from a brat who reeks like an outhouse?
何を言うのです？
What was that?
私はさっき水浴びを済ませました。だから匂いはありません。ほぼ無臭状態です。
I don't reek. I'll have you know I just washed myself. I'm as good as odorless.
うっせえぞこのバカ。そんなことはどうでもいいっつうんだよ。
Shut up, you dumbass. The fuck gives a shit about that?
大体てめえ、いつまで俺にまとわりついてるつもりだ。つかおい、使わねえんだったら銃返せよ俺ら。
And how long do you plan on following me around? While I'm at it, give me back my goddamn gun if you ain't gonna use it.
それはお断りです。
I refuse.
あなたが牧岡流剣術の真髄を理解するまでこの銃を渡すわけにはいきません。
You won't get your gun back until you understand the essence of the Makioka-style swordsmanship.
どうかよ。そいつはいつになったら終わるんだよ。
Oh, really? And when will that end?
どうでしょう。少なくとも私はそれを理解するのに10年の時を要しましたが。
Good question. At the very least, it took me 10 years to comprehend it.
ふざけんな。
Fuck that shit.
このゲームがそんな長く続くわけねえだろうが。てめえも一緒に爆死してえのかこの野郎。
This game ain't gonna last that long. We both be headless stumps by then, dumb bitch.
それは困ります。
That is quite the conundrum.
今は黒川があまりに弱すぎるので力を貸していますが、私は目的があってこのゲームに参加しているのです。
I'm lending you my strength because you're so weak, but I joined this game to accomplish my goal.
ですからその目的を遂げずに爆死するわけにはいきません。
So I can't afford to blow up without fulfilling that first.
じゃあ俺のことはもういいからその目的とやらのためにとっとと行動してくれや。
And fuck off and go take care of your goal or whatever by yourself.
武器は人のことわけのわかんねえこと言ってぶん投げまくるわ。食料は奪うわ。て めえは疫病神かっつうんだ。
First you steal my gun, then you beat me up while spouting off some mumbo jumbo, and then you steal my food. You're like a fucking goddess of plague.
何を言うのです。それもこれも黒川が弱いからいけないのではありませんか。
How impudent. That's all your fault for being so weak.
だからそんなこと言うんならさっさと俺に銃を返せっつんだよ。
If you say that, then just give me back my goddamn gun already.
あん時だってそいつがあれや真島のクソをぶっ殺してやることができたんだ。それをてめえが。
It's because of that shit I had that Majima fucker dead where he stood. If you hadn't gotten my way,
愚かですね、黒川は。
you're quite the fool.
あ
The fuck you say?
銃を使って真島に勝ったところでそれが何になるというのです。それで本当に強くなったと言えるのですか。
What would being Majima with a gun accomplish? Can you really call that growing strong?
本当に強くだ。何くだらねえこと言ってやがんだよ。
Can I really call that growing strong? Do you even listen to the nonsense you spout? Kurokawa glared at the brat with scorn. The brat shone back a pointing stare in kind.
くだらない。何がくだらないというのですか。返答次第ではただでは済ませませんよ。
Nonsense? How is that nonsense? I might not let you off the hook so easy depending on your answer.
おう、上等だこら。
Bring it the fuck on, bitch.
俺はな、11で親に見捨てられてからこの年になるまでずっと一人で生きてきたんだ。
I lived on my own ever since my mom up and left me when I was 11.
ドブさらいみてえなことばっかりやらされて、クソ野郎どもに散々カモにされて。
Day after fucking day, I'd clean up after people's shit and get duped by bastard after bastard.
それでも俺がここまで生きてこれたのはなんでだと思う？
And yet I've managed to survive this long in spite of all that. You know why?
力だろうが。
Because of power.
力があったから俺をクソ舐めやがった連中をどいつもこいつもねじ伏せることができたんだ。
It's because I had power I got all those fuckers who made a punk out of me kneeling at my feet.
いいかクソガキ、てめえ自身にとっての他人ってな、所詮は奴隷か敵かの区別しかねえんだよ。
So listen up, you goddamn brat. In the end, there are only two kinds of people in this world. Slaves and enemies.
敵はいつも俺らを奴隷にしようとしやがるし、奴隷はいつも隙を見て俺らの敵に回ろうとしていやがる。
Enemies are the ones always trying to make us their slaves. And slaves are the ones always looking for the chance to become our enemies.
だから俺たちは常に自分が力を持ってることを連中に分からせなきゃならねえんだ。
So you gotta keep sticking it to them so they don't ever forget we're the ones with power.
それが力だって言うんなら武器だろうが財力だろうが使えるもんならどんなもんだって構わね
If that's what power is, then it don't matter what form it takes shape, whether it's weapons or assets.
え。てめえの言う強さがどんなものかは知らねえ。なもんがいくらあったって力がなきゃ意味ねえっつんだよ。
I don't know what the strength you keep yapping on about is, but it don't mean shit unless you got power to back it up.
なるほど。それが黒川の考え方ですか。
I see. So that's your mindset, is it?
ああ、お前何いきなり塩らしくなってやがるんだこれ。
The fuck? The hell's got you so modest all of a sudden?
私には双子の弟がいました。
I had a twin brother.
おいおいてめえ、何いきなり身の上話とか始めてんだ？
Oh, give me a
そんな
fucking...
こと誰も聞いてねえっつうんだよ。
Oh, give me a fucking break. I don't give a rat's ass about your life story. No one asked for that shit.
いいから黙って聞きなさい。聞かないとその目をえぐり出しますよ。
Cease your belly aching and listen, or else I'll gouge out your eyes.
好きにしてくれ。
Fine. Go knock yourself out.
そうです。黒川は私の言うことをはいはい黙って聞いていればいいのです。
Good. You know, it would serve you better if you were like this more often.
弟は名前をアキラと言いました。
My brother's name was Akira.
そして私とアキラは兄弟であると同時に友 共に牧岡流剣術を盛り立てていこうと誓い合った同志でもありました。
But while we were siblings, we were also comrades who swore to promote the Makioka style swordsmanship.
黒川は剣道と剣術の違いは分かりますか？
Do you know what the difference between kendo and swordsmanship is?
知らね
Of course I don't.
でしょうね。
I suspected as much.
剣道とは読んで字のごとく、剣の理法の習得を通じて人間形成を行う道のことを言います。
Kendo comes from the characters for sword and path. In other words, a path to build character through learning the laws of the sword.
対する剣術はどうすれば剣で人を切れるのか、それをとことんまで追求した技術のことです。
On the other hand, swordsmanship is the journey of pursuing a way to learn how to best cut people down with a sword.
つまり剣術とは人殺しのための技術なのです。
In other words, swordsmanship is the art of murder.
人殺しのための技術。おいおい、んなもんこのご時世にどうやって盛り立てるっつうんだよ。
The art of murder? Oh, now hold the fuck on. How are you supposed to promote that in this day and age?
それは正直言って私にもよくわかりません。
Well, to be honest, even I don't know.
当代の継承者である私の父は技術を受け継いでいくことにこそ意味があると考えていたようです。
It seems the current successor, my father, believed there was some significance behind inheriting the art.
しかし実践剣術の存在意義などもはや失われていると言って過言ではないでしょう。
It would be no exaggeration to say that swordsmanship meant for actual combat has all but lost its meaning.
私たちの母でさえ父の考えを理解できず家を出て行きました。
Even our mother left because she was unable to understand my father's beliefs.
ですが私とアキラは父が人生をかけて守ってきたものを無駄にはしたくありませんでした。
But Akira and I didn't want to let what our father had spent his whole life defending go to waste.
だから私たちは父から剣術を学び互いに切磋琢磨しこれまで心身を鍛え上げてきたのです。
So we learned swordsmanship from our father, applied ourselves diligently, and tempered our minds and bodies.
もちろん周囲からはキーな目で見られましたが
Of course, everyone gave us funny looks.
それでも私たちは自分たちが身につけた強さには意味があると信じていたのです。
But we believed that there was significance to the strength we learned.
信じていた？じゃあ今は信じてねえのかよ。
Believed? So you don't believe in it anymore?
わかりません。
I'm not sure.
あ
The hell?
アキラが自殺の名所として名高い県境の海岸で遺体で見つかったのは今から1年前になります。
1 year ago, Akira's body was found at a beach on the prefectural border, a notorious suicide spot.
そして先日私はアキラの死の真相をこのゲームを運営している人間から知らされたのです。
And just the other day, learned the truth behind Akira's death from one of the people running this game.
あつうことは
The hell? You mean...
はい。アキラはこのゲームの中で何者かと戦いそして命を落としたというのです。
Yes, Akira fought and died to someone in this game.
だから私は分からなくなってしまいました。
As a result, I no longer knew what to believe.
私たちは何のために強くなったのか、アキラの命さえ守れなかった剣術に何の意味があるというのか。
For what purpose did we become strong? What significance is there in swordsmanship that couldn't even protect Akira?
今回のゲームにはアキラを殺した仇も参加しているそうです。
It seems the one who killed Akira is participating in this game.
私はアキラを殺したその仇が憎い。
I hate my brother's killer.
ですがそれだけではなく、アキラの仇を討てた時に初めて牧岡流剣術が現代に存在する意義が見えてくるように思うのです。
But that's not all. Ever since I swore to avenge Akira, I believe I've begun to understand why the Makioka style still exists to this day.
だよそりゃ。意義だかなんだか知らねえが、だからなんだっつうんだよ。
The hell does that mean? I don't know about the significance crap, but so fucking what?
それが飯の種に何かつながるっつうのがよ。
What's anything that got to do with making a living?
そうですね。私も黒川のようにシンプルに考えられればいいのですが。
I see. So you believe I should consider things simply like you do.
ですが私はこの問いをやめるわけにはいきません。
But I can't afford to give up on this question.
それをやめてしまえば、すなわちそれは牧岡流剣術そのものを否定することにつながります。
If I were, That would mean denying the Makioka style itself.
だから知らねえっつんだよ。
Like I said, so what?
いいえ、それは認めません。
I can't accept that.
あ
もしかすると黒川に牧岡流剣術の理念を理解させることができれば、その時に答えが見えるかもしれません。
Perhaps I'll find the answer if I can make you understand the ideas in the Makioka style.
だそれ。てめえ思いつきで行動するもん大概にしろよこら。
The hell? Don't just go acting off whatever random crap pops in your head.
問答無用です。もう私の決定は覆りません。
This is not up for discussion. You can't overturn my decision. The brat picked up the gun at her feet and stood up.
あてめえ何するつもりだよ。
Huh? The hell are you up to?
お腹がいっぱいになったので、黒川に見つからない場所で寝てきます。低層は守らねばなりませんから。
Now that I'm full, I'm going to sleep in a place you won't find me. I have a duty to protect my chastity.
あだから興味ねえっつってんだろうが、まな板みてえな胸しやがって。
The fuck? I already told you an iron board like you doesn't get me going.
あなたはそんなことだから女性にモテないのです。
What? I'll never be a hit with the ladies like that.
モテない俺がバカ言うな。
Me? Not hit with the ladies? So naive.
俺みたいな男にはな、女なんて腐るほど寄ってくるんだよ。てめえみたいに父も尻も貧相じゃねえ女がな。
A guy like me's got bitches lined up at my feet. And I mean ones who actually have assets to be proud of.
失礼な。私の胸や尻は貧相ではありません。発展途上なだけです。
How impudent. I'm still a growing girl. Just you watch. I'll put all those girls to shame someday.
それに寄せてあげれば私だってそれなりです。ほら、こうしてこうすれば。
Besides, my breasts are no laughing matter if I scrunch them together. See? Just like this. The brat pushed her breasts together, but she couldn't make a molehill out of an ironing board.
何を寄せてあげたって空気か。
The fuck are you scrunching together? The air?
どうやら少々無理があったようですね。
I suppose I was reaching a smidge too far.
とにかく
Anyway,
黒川、私が目覚めたらすぐに特訓開始です。先に言っておきますが、逃げたら地の果てまで追いますからね。
we'll begin your special training when I wake up. And just so you know, if you try to run, I'll hunt you down to the ends of the earth.
逃げるかバ
Who the hell would run, dumbass?
ー。てめえこそ明日はボコボコにしてやるからな。
I'm the one who's gonna beat the crap out of you tomorrow.
それは楽しみです。
We'll see about that. And with those last words, the brat walked out of the glow of the campfire. Kurokawa swallowed the rest of the crappy beans in one go and began thinking of a way to make Rei submit. Day 5. It was a rather surreal nightmare. In it, an unfamiliar girl was crying as she swung a machete down. Naturally, there was no pain since it was a dream. Perhaps because of that, there wasn't much fear either. Crimson splotches stained the girl's body each time she swung the machete. The blood was neither hot nor cold. All you could think was that the girl was killing him. The girl continued to cry the whole time. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The girl's feelings made themselves evident in the pool of blood. It's alright. You don't have to be sad. He calmly looked up at the girl to convey those thoughts. When he saw her face, he thought he recognized her. Hitomi? With that last question, Tsukasa woke up. A deep-rooted exhaustion took hold of his body. Tsukasa Mitsubayashi opened his eyes, shook his heavy head, and looked around the deserted house. But there was neither Hitomi nor bloodstains to be found, naturally. A dream where Hitomi kills me, huh? I wish I'd never known. I can't believe I turned out to be such a naive person. Tsukasa looked at his hands with a sigh. Mariko's death flashed by as he hallucinated blood on those hands. It was by Hitomi's hand that Mariko had been killed. But it was Tsukasa who'd given the order. The more he thought about it, the more it drove bile up his throat. He could tell he was losing a very large part of his character. As a result, I feel like his very existence was falling apart. Is this what it means to live in Hitomi's world? Tsukasa swallowed down his nausea in the cool morning air. Just then, Hitomi entered the room, holding several cans like she would her own child. She smiled and bowed when she noticed Tsukasa was up. Good morning, Master Tsukasa. Yes, good morning to you as well. What? Is something wrong? No.
司様の雰囲気が以前よりもさらに凛々しくなられたように思いまして。
You just seem to have grown more dignified than before.
私はご主人様に対してなんと失礼なことを。
Oh my goodness! How could I display such insolence to my master?
そうか。
I see.
どうやら僕は少しだけ瞳に近づけたみたいだね。
It would seem I've gotten a bit closer to you.
司様、今のはどういった？
Master Tsukasa? What did you say?
なんでもないよ。
Oh, nothing.
それより瞳、一つお願いがあるんだけど。
Anyway, I want to ask you for a favor.
はい、何なりとお申し付けくださいませ。
Certainly. Order me as you will.
今日は瞳も僕と一緒に朝食を取らないか？ずっと別々だったろ？
Can we share our breakfast today? We've always eaten separately up until now.
しかしそれではメイドとしての規範が。
But I would be exceeding my station as your maid if I...
瞳、これは命令だ。いいね。
Hitomi, this is an order. Is that alright?
はい、かしこまりました。
Yes, understood. And so, Tsukasa and Hitomi ate together for the first time since they started working together. Though this was an unusual turn of events for the maid, it wasn't unwelcome.
さてと、それじゃあ行こうか。
Alright, shall we go now?
はい。ですが司様、その前にこちらを。
Yes, but take these first. Hitomi took out 2 magazines.
これは？
What are these?
司様がお休みの間に弾を詰めておきました。どちらも M93R で使えます。
I loaded them while you were asleep. Both of them are compatible with the M93R.
そうか。ありがとう。
I see. Thank you. Tsukasa took the magazines. And with that, He once again became keenly aware they live in the same world as Hitomi. The sun's rays beat down on the forest, restoring its splendor to the world once more. Haruna Hosotani quietly took deep breaths as she beheld that sight. Sorrow and rage that had gone berserk within her had already sunk to the depths of her heart.
そろそろ動き出さなきゃね。
We have to get moving, huh? Haruna picked up her crossbow and Shuhei's pistol. Kotomi was sleeping next to where they buried Shuhei, perhaps having cried herself to sleep last night.
琴美。琴美。お願い起きて。
Please wake up, Kotomi.
春菜ちゃん。しゅうちゃんは。
Hey, Haruna. Where's Shu?
琴美。寝ぼけているの。
Are you still half asleep?
そっか。しゅうちゃん。
That's right. Shu's...
琴美。悲しむのはもうやめて。
Kotomi. Now's not the time for grief. Huh?
どんなに悲しんだってその事実は消えたりしない。
No matter how much you mourn, you can't erase the facts.
そしてこのゲームは今も終わりに向かって進んでいる。
And besides, this game is heading for its conclusion.
だから私たちはいつまでも悲しんでいるわけにはいかない。
So we can't afford to grieve forever.
でも私
But I...
何お兄ちゃんの後を追いたいとか思ってる。
What? You want to join my brother? Kotomi glanced at Shuhei's resting place. The longer she looked, the emptier she grew.
呆れた。
Unbelievable.
じゃあお兄ちゃんは何のために死んだの？
Then what did my brother even die for?
お兄ちゃんは私と琴美をかばって撃たれたのよ。
He sacrificed himself for us.
そう別にいいわ。
Fine. Be that way.
お兄ちゃんが死んでしまった以上私のクリアを妨げるものは何もないわ。
Now that he's dead, there's nothing stopping me from fulfilling my clear condition.
どうせ多くのプレイヤーを殺すことになるだろうから。ついでに琴美のクリア条件私が達成しておいてあげる。
I'll have to kill a lot of players anyway, so I'll take care of your clear condition for you while I'm at it.
じゃあね琴
Goodbye, Kotomi.
美。あなたは中央管理施設の地下にでも隠れてて。あそこならそう簡単には見つからないはずだから。
Go hide under the central control facility. It'll be hard for anyone to find you there. Haruna coldly turned her back on Kotomi. Just as she was about to leave, though.
待って。
Wait. For a moment, Haruna pondered where she had answered Kotomi. If they kept traveling together, even Haruna felt she'd be crushed by the sorrow. But in the end, she stopped and turned around.
何？
What is it, Kotomi?
私も春菜ちゃんと一緒に行く。
I'll go with you.
だから
So... Kotomi held out her hand.
琴美大丈夫。
I'll be fine.
しゅうちゃんの銃で死んだりなんかしないから。
I won't die as long as I have Shu's gun.
分かっ
Alright,
た。ことみ信じるわよ。
I trust you. Yeah. Komi nodded, and Haruna presented the gun. Just then, the trees rustled with a fierce autumn breeze. But it soon ceased. And Kotomi took the gun into her hands. The air was filled with the sound of something clashing amidst the flow of the stream. To Masaki Kurokawa, who was poorly dressed for autumn, the riverside was a little chilly, but not enough to slow him down. In fact, the pebbles at his feet that normally would have only given him stress actually felt nice for once.
さて黒川、そろそろ特訓を始めましょうか。
Now then, Kurokawa, it's time we began your training. Kurokawa turned around and faced a jet black-haired girl, who was dangling her arms to release the tension in her muscles. Though it looked like she was open, Kurokawa was painfully aware by now how dangerous it was to let his guard down around her.
おいクソガキ、その前に一つ聞かせろ。
Hey, let me ask you a question first, Brat.
何ですか？
What is it?
てめえのクリア条件は何だ？
What's your clear condition?
どうして私が黒川にそんなことを話さなければならないのですか？
I'd like to tell you that.
おいおい、まさかてめえまだ PDA の使い方がわからねえっつんじゃねえだろうな。
Oh no. If you can get away with that shit when you don't even know how to use your PDA?
愚かな。
Fool.
私はすでにこのテクノロジーを攻略しています。
I have already mastered your so-called technology.
なら証拠を見せてみろよ。
Oh really? Then why don't you prove it?
いいでしょう。耳の穴をかっぽじってよく聞きなさい。
Very well. Clean that wax out of your ears and listen up.
私のクリア条件はジョーカーの PDA の破壊です。それ以上でも以下でもありません。
My clear condition is to destroy the Joker PDA. Nothing more and nothing less.
んなもんに以上も以下もあるかっつんだよ。
You make it sound so simple.
だがジョーカーの PDA の破壊とはな。こいつはいいぜ。
But destroying the Joker? Nice.
何がおかしいのですか？
Huh? What's so funny?
その理由以下ではただでは済ませませんよ。
You may not get off so easy depending on the reason.
せやなば。別にてめえのことを笑ったわけじゃねえよ。
Shut up, dumbass. I ain't laughing at you or nothing.
俺はそいつの持ち主を知ってんだよ。随分とまあちょろい相手だと思ってな。
I know who has it. He was a real big pussy. Let me tell you that.
お、それは誰なんですか？
Oh? And who are they?
知りてえか。
You wanna know?
はい、知りたいです。
Yes, I do.
ダメだ。ただじゃ教えね
Too bad. I ain't gonna tell you for free.
やはり黒川は私の体が目的だったのですね。なんと汚らわしい。
How wicked. So you really are after my body.
ああてめえはなんですぐそうなるんだよ。まな板には興味ねえっつってんのがわからねえのかこの野郎。
The fuck? Why is that your first assumption? How many times I gotta tell you ironing boards ain't my type?
俺が言いてえのはな、交換条件があるってことだよ。
All I'm trying to say is that I have a bargaining point.
交換条件？
What's that?
俺のクリア条件。クリア条件を満たしたプレイヤーの PDA を4台以上所持するだ。
To win this game, I need to acquire 4 more PDAs from players who fulfilled their clear conditions.
だからクリア対象を教える代わりに、てめえは俺の奴隷として働いてもらおう。
So in exchange for telling you the fucker you gotta hunt down, you'll become my slave.
お断りします。
I refuse.
私が黒川のような弱い人間に従う意味がわかりません。
I don't understand what purpose there is in obeying a weakling like you.
ねえ、bitch。じゃあてめえは俺がてめえをぶちのめすことができたら俺に従うっつうんだな。
Then you'll follow me if I manage to beat your ass.
ええ、万が一にも黒川が私に勝つことができるのなら、その時は黒川の言う通りにしましょう。
Yes, in the highly unlikely event you beat me, I'll do as you say. Kurokawa's lips curved into a smirk. Though the idea had been a rather spur of the moment, this wasn't such a bad situation after all. But just as he began to feel the pebbles at his feet again,
しかし黒川も相変わらず浅はかな男ですね。
still, I see you're as shallow a man as always.
こんな風に足場の悪い場所に誘い込めば私に勝てるとでも思ったのですか？
So you really think you can beat me just because the terrain here is unfavorable?
図星ですか。
So I was right.
だから前にも言ったではありませんか。あなたは負けることを恐れすぎているのだと。
Don't you remember what I told you? You're too scared of losing.
そして精神力が弱いからこんな小賢しい手に頼ろうとするのです。
And because you lack mental fortitude, try rely on shrewd tactics like these. You goddamn brat!
残念ですが牧岡流剣術は全状況対応型の実戦剣術です。
Unfortunately, the Makioka style is designed to handle actual combat in any situation.
この程度のことでは私の優位は揺るぎません。
My superiority won't waver because of poor footing.
さあ来なさい黒川。強さなき力がいかに無力なものであるか身をもって思い知らせてあげます。
Now come at me, Kurokawa. Allow me to teach you power without strength is the same as powerlessness.
上等だこの野郎。
Bring it the fuck on, bitch! It didn't matter if she'd seen through his scheme. Kurokawa charged right at Ray as he kicked off the pebbles. On the other hand, the brat was in her natural stance. Just as the gap between them had been closed.
いたいた、いましたよ真島さん。
Oh, there he is! I found him, Majima! Kurokawa came to a sudden halt when he heard that out-of-place voice. He turned around to find someone standing in the trees lining the riverbed.
あ？真島だ？
What the hell? Majima?
てめえ、ここに何しに来やがって？
The fuck are you doing here?
何しに来やがったって聞いてんだろうな。
Are you fucking deaf? Answer me!
ほら真島さん、ちゃんと言わないと。
Come on, Majima, you gotta tell him.
あ？
The hell?
黒川、俺と勝負しろ。
Fight me, Kurokawa.
は？
くださいが抜けてますよ真島さん。
You forgot to say please, Majima.
黒川、俺と勝負してください。
Fight me, Kurokawa. Please.
はあ？
The fuck?
だってめえ、脳にウジでも湧いたのか？
The hell's gotten into you? You got maggots in your brain or some shit? Just then, the brat answered in Kurokawa's place.
お断りします。
No.
おいクソてめえ、何勝手に答えてやがんだ。
The... Hey, don't answer for me.
ですが黒川、今のあなたでは絶対にあの男に勝てませんよ。
But you are no match for him as you currently stand.
うるせえんだよクソガキが。
Shut the fuck up, you goddamn brat.
おい真島、やってやるよ。
Hey, Majima, let's do this shit.
ただし俺が勝ったらてめえは殺せ。それでいいな。
But if I beat you, I'll kill you. Be cool with that?
何言ってるんですか。そんなのダメに決まってるじゃないですか。
What are you saying? Of course it's not okay.
ああ、んだてめえはさっきからよ。
The hell? What are you, his fucking life coach?
で、どうなんだ、真島さんよ。
Well, how about it, Majima?
ああ、好きにしろ。
Very well. Do as you will.
おいおい、お前マジでどういうつもりだ？わざわざてめえから勝負を持ちかけてくるなんだよ。
Seriously, man. The fuck's gotten into you? I never thought you'd be the one challenging me.
それは俺にもよくわからん。
I don't know why either.
この口うるさい女と行動しているうちに、どうしてかお前ともう一度戦っておきたくなってな。
But while working with this blabbermouth, I found myself wanting to fight you again for some reason.
てめえも疫病神に取りつかれた口かや。
So you've been possessed by your own gods of plague, huh?
黒川、私は疫病神ではありません。
Kurokawa, I'm not a goddess of plague.
むしろ勝利の女神です。
Quite the contrary. I am a goddess of victory.
はい、私もそれに立候補します。
Yep, I'd like to run for that role too.
おい真島、とっとと始めるぞ。
Hey Majima, let's just get started already.
早くしねえとバカどものせいで気分がそがれちまう。
These dumbasses are gonna fucking kill my buzz if we don't hurry up.
ああ、そうだな。
Yes, you're right.
こっちから持ちかけておいて悪いが、手加減はしないぞ。
I may have brought the challenge to you, but don't expect me to hold back.
手加減だ？てめえそんなクソなめた真似しやがったらマジでぶっ殺すぞこら。
Hold back? I'd fucking kill you if you pulled that shit.
面白い男だ。
Interesting fellow. The moment he saw Majima's composed smile, Kurokawa's brain immediately started producing adrenaline.
何？笑ってんだこら。
The fuck are you smiling at?
てめえが笑っていいのはあの世に行った時だけだこの野郎。
The only time you're allowed to smile is when I send your ass off to hell, you son of a bitch! Kurokawa kicked off the sand and charged forward, carrying his momentum into a punch. But all of a sudden, Majima disappeared from view. The hell did he go? Realizing an attack was imminent, Kurokawa gritted his teeth to keep himself from getting knocked down one punch again. Just then, he was knocked back by a sharp right jab to the face. But Kurokawa managed to hold his ground. You bastard! Kurokawa blindly swung his fist while fighting back the pain. But his fist cut through air as Majima stepped back, putting some distance between them. A few seconds later, Kurokawa's right cheek, stomach, left cheek, and right side started stinging one after another. Kurokawa hadn't perceived a single part of that combo.
黒川、自分から向かうなど何を考えているのですか？
Kurokawa, what are you thinking? Focus!
相手をよく見て、腕の振りはコンパクトにです。
Watch your opponent closely and keep your punches closer.
うるせえんだよクソガキ。
Shut up, you damn brat!
真島さん、負けちゃダメですからね。
Majima, don't lose!
ああ、元よりそのつもりだ。
Yeah, I never planned to. Majima zoomed right in on Kurokawa's chest. Kurokawa swung his arms, not caring what he did as long as he stopped Majima in his tracks. However, two fierce blows struck him in the stomach, followed by his jaw. By the time Kurokawa's fist reached Majima's position, his opponent had long since evaded. Majima quickly transitioned from a jab to a cross, nailing Kurokawa right in the skull. Kurokawa could barely stand his ground in the face of Majima's relentless assaults. He could no longer keep track of how many hits he'd taken. Unlike the first day of the game, Majima was already in full form. And his speed was like a demon's.
黒川、下がってはいけません。
Kurokawa, don't fall back!
気迫で負けては飲まれます。
You're losing spirit.
黒川、精神力です。精神力。
Remember, mental fortitude. Mental fortitude. Kurokawa's mind was so tattered, he didn't have the energy to snap back at Rei. He'd taken so many fierce blows that he couldn't even tell what hurt. God damn it. Majima really is one tough son of a bitch. He's gonna lose all over again. Like that day. Kurokawa had single-mindedly honed his body ever since the day Majima had trounced him. So he could pay Majima back one day. No. Or maybe I just wanted Majima to...
黒川、何を恐れているのです。
Kurokawa, don't be afraid!
負けるのを恐れていては本当に負けてしまいますよ。
You really will lose if you're scared of defeat. Afraid? Me? Of Majima? Like hell. Like fucking hell! And with a roar, Kurokawa called back his fading consciousness. For a moment, Majima flinched. He flinched? But why? Now I get it. This son of a bitch tired himself out. An endless stream of power welled within him. The power Kurokawa had been saving up for the last half year.
真島さん。
終わらせてやる。
Time to end this. Majima, who kept his stance contained so far, was now wide open. He launched a right cross with all his might. His fist honed right on Kurokawa's face.